Hello, Wendy. Thank you for taking part in this interview for Beckoning for Change Artists with a Cause. Can you please give us a short synopsis of how corporate social responsibility is defined today in our current socioeconomic climate?
Defining CSR is a tough one, but it has evolved over time. When people traditionally think of CSR, they think of charity, philanthropy, giving money to good causes, rich philanthropists donating money to community. Today, the definition is much different. It's become more embedded. It's about how you do business, how you operate, and I think it's recognising the impacts of business and dealing with those impacts in a responsible way. And I think it's really important in today's climate because we're in a society where trust in organisations, business and government is at an all-time low. We see a lot of opaqueness, manipulation, untruths. And I think CSR is all about being honest and truthful about what you're doing and facing the implications. And I liken it to actually looking in the mirror and being honest, seeing your flaws and recognising those flaws and dealing with them in a responsible way.
How do you feel corporate social responsibility can create sustainable change in our global community?
Corporate social responsibility is part of the toolkit to enable society and businesses to move along that path towards sustainability. I think it's a necessary condition for sustainability, so businesses start to think about their impacts and responsibilities and respond to society expectations of them. So I think it's a necessary part, but there needs to be a lot more. I think sustainability is a philosophy, that you're continually looking to change and adapt to the situation rather than a static concept, which is, well, this is happening now, we respond to this now. Sustainability is an evolutionary concept.
How did the idea of the ICCSR film series and collaboration come about?
Sometimes students in classrooms, they learn concepts, particularly in terms of ethics and responsibilities, and they learn it in the classroom and they keep it in the classroom. They see it as this theoretical concept, whereas what we wanted them to think about is how it actually relates to everyday life.
In a world where there is so much wealth, with modern cities and plentiful resources, how can we still have so much poverty?
How is it that in countries in which there is growing wealth, there are actually more poor people than there were before?
Many people will have to suffer. Many people will have to be forced into homelessness, landlessness. Some will have to die because we are following a particular economic model.
Sub-Saharan Africa is paying $25,000 every minute to northern creditors. I think people don't understand that it is actually the South that is financing the North.
This system is an absolute failure.
What do you hope to accomplish with this film series?
There's a number of different aspects to this. One, for our students to think more broadly about the issues that come up in film. Think about the role of business in society, key major issues, global issues like the end of poverty, for example, a film that we're showing this time. It's thought-provoking and quite challenging, and so it's to bring about that kind of awareness about broader issues. We have people to talk about the films and critique the films after they've been shown.
As this film makes very clear, wealth has been accumulating at astonishing rates. Some people have become incredibly wealthy, and I think the film brings it out very well. But an awful lot of money has simply disappeared.
So it's actually enabling dialogue and recognising that some of these issues, they're not simple issues to solve, they're complex.
What do I think about this film? I hope I'm going to hear from you and lots of questions about the film, but my reaction to the film, this is about the 5th time I've seen it, and each time it's different. First of all, he totally rejects the orthodoxy of the ideas of people like Jeffrey Sachs. He says we need to completely re-examine the existing power structures, how land is held, who owns the land, how mineral rights are passed on to big foreign corporations.
There's different viewpoints, and it's understanding that the dialogues around the issues. Finally, it's to work with the Broadway, the cinema, and use the arts as a medium of bringing issues into the forefront and building a community of people that are interested in these issues.
How do you think the arts can be a powerful medium for introducing and engaging students on social and ethical issues in business or otherwise?
Art is a way of challenging both visually and feelings. It can trigger a lot within people, which can make that connection in terms of what people feel and these theoretical concepts. It also builds awareness. It makes people think differently.